All right, what's up? We're doing another one of these top 25 things. We asked you guys for some suggestions, but now we're just gonna do something I suggested because we're gonna do Buffy today and this tomorrow, but we flopped them and I didn't have time to watch any new movies, which I like to do. I like to have seen the stuff that we do. I don't want to leave anything important off. But we're just gonna do wrestlers. I know all them, right?
Sure.
Most
It's
of them.
it's WrestleMania season. So
That too.
we are going to compare notes on our lists of the top 25 pro wrestlers of all time.
Pro?
At yeah.
Oh shit. I put
What
myself
did
on the list.
you put
I'm not a
Logan.
professional.
You're not.
What the heck? I
You're
didn't
very
know.
much an amateur.
All right, I'll put Kane on the list
Okay. You replace
instead.
yourself with
Well,
Kane.
I'll
That
do that.
counts.
I'll do
Yeah.
that.
All right. So it is I've never done this list before. Like I love wrestling and I've never really thought about like my what would my top 25 wrestlers of all time be. And
You probably thought a top five or so.
yeah, I've thought about that. Or like Mount Rushmore of women's wrestling or things like that. But
Are there women on your list?
there aren't, and I thought about that. It's just that women's wrestling has gone through such a different evolution than men's wrestling. Like men's wrestling's been awesome forever, whereas women's wrestling really only got awesome in the last like 15 years. So there's a lot of great women's wrestlers, um, but is like the best women's wrestlers like Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Bailey,
Bailey, I
or
considered.
Paige. Are those like better than
Oscar. I like
my
Oscar.
my number Asuka? Sure. Are those better than my number 25? I'm
Exactly.
I'm not so sure about that. So you can make your own separate list for women and find 25 amazing women's wrestlers, but I stuck to the men for this list. Um,
I
it
thought you'd be
was
wearing a wrestling shirt. You're wearing a Mazzy Star shirt.
Yeah, I didn't think about it,
That's an
but
interesting
I'll
choice.
be wearing a wrestling shirt this weekend at WrestleMania, and boy oh boy, I work in the MGM. Lots of people checking into the hotel now for WrestleMania. All right, I'm
Oh.
seeing wrestling T-shirts everywhere I go.
Are you
It
saying
is
I'll see you there,
it's very
baby?
yep a little bit. Last night, I in my I was working in the store. I was just playing wrestling entrance music
Da, da,
as
da,
like
da.
yeah. So fucking there was a guy in there with a Roman Reigns t-shirt and a guy in there with a CM Punk t-shirt,
Who's
and
Roman
I
wrestling?
Roman's in a triple threat match, headlining the first night, main eventing Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. And so I went up to those two dudes. They were like in the middle of a conversation. I was like, I should buy a Seth Rollins t-shirt. We could all fight.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you knew the jokes, but
Yeah.
you'd be
Yeah.
going for CM Punk, no?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and there was this girl last night. I noticed she had a Bray Wyatt tattoo.
Oh
And I
wow.
was like, wow, that's fucking wild. And she was like, oh, you're a wrestling fan? I was like, yeah. She goes, let me take you on the tour. And
Tour of
then
what?
she just, her
Her body?
body. Yeah. She showed me
I'm a
all her.
wrestling fan. Everyone jumps up.
She showed me all the wrestling tattoos she
What
had
does she got?
all over her body. She
Is
had like
Bray the one that's dead?
yeah. She had three different Bray Wyatt tattoos.
Oh,
She had an Edge tattoo. She had a Seth Rollins tattoo. She had an AJ Lee tattoo.
hmm.
She had, I mean, it was amazing.
That is amazing. What's the
Yeah,
Edge one? Like the rated R logo?
it was exactly that. Yeah, on her shoulder.
Okay, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the Undertaker had like a cool
Oh,
logo.
she had that. She had
Oh,
that on one of her arms.
like
Yeah.
the TX thing,
Yes,
weird
yes,
thing. That
exactly.
was, I used to draw that like in my notebooks in school.
Awesome.
Such a loser. I don't have any women either. Thought of a few, but
All right.
they didn't make it.
Here's how I did my list. I wrote down two uh pages. One page of definites
Yeah.
and one page of maybes. All right. And then when I got to the end of the list of writing everybody down, I realized I had 26 people in the definites. So one of those people was not a definite. So I ignored the maybe list entirely.
You should have looked though. Maybe one of the maybes was better than a few of the definites.
I looked at it, but I was happy with the 26 and the definites, and so ultimately I just cut one from that list, and I'm not happy he's not on there, but it's gonna have to be all right.
I just looked up some lists of wrestlers, and I wrote down originally about 50, and then got it down to about 35. And then down to 25.
All right.
There was like a top 15 or so that never were going anywhere though.
But how do you want to do this?
I think we did it. I went through my list last time. I just said it. And then you went through yours and I wrote it down. And then we went through it.
I think maybe this time we should go back and forth. Because I love James Davis's suggestion. And so I'm going to write down your list and we could try to do something like that. Am I gonna throw up? Yeah.
I hope not.
All right.
James Davis's thing was something I did on my own after the last episode. I averaged both of our things out to see how
were we close.
The computer, we were close, obviously, but I actually liked the way we did it more. But
all right, it doesn't have to be a science.
No. I think that's a good way to do it, though. We have it all down, and then we can go based on that. We can move things around. And it's the whiteboard, so it's easy to move things around. I did it sideways this time, 1 to 12, 13 to 25, like this.
Okay.
It all fits in the screen. It's not like this, you know, how it was.
I love it. Hang on. I'm writing down numbers so that I can keep up with your list.
So the way James suggested it was, we're doing 1 to 25. First place is going to get 25 points. Second place, 24 points. Third place, 23 points. Down all the way to 1 point for number 25.
Yeah, so let's do that. And if something feels wrong to us, we can change it. We'll afford ourselves that.
Absolutely. So you said go back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't spoil anything. Like if I say something's 25, you're like, oh, that's my 17.
I'll only say if they're not on my list.
Not on your list. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think somewhere I took a picture of my honorable mentions before I erased them. If we want to save them for the end, say some of the ones that didn't make it.
I'll say the 26, the one that was a definite that didn't make the list.
Yeah, I'd love to know.
Samoa Joe.
He that good.
Yeah, I love Samoa Joe.
That's crazy. He's better than I don't want to say anybody.
Yeah.
All right, number 25 on my list. I just replaced myself with him. It's through Hellfire and Brimstone, Kane.
Okay. Kane not represented on my list.
Okay. He was up in the air, obviously, my last choice. But who's your number 25?
My number 25, he's a little bit disgraced right now. He's not allowed in there, but
I didn't do it.
But he's a great wrestler. I put Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I just skipped over him every time I considered it. Did you put you got Chris on your list?
I do.
Not talking Jericho. We're talking Benoit.
Benoit. Yeah.
I'll see if Jericho's one. 24. Some of these people, I really took myself back. Like if they were like my favorite wrestler at a time, they kind of had to be on the list. And this guy, when he first showed up, he was like my favorite guy for a bit. 24, Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston. I had him written down on the maybes, but didn't make the final.
Is he your favorite of his crew? Or you like Big E or the other guy more?
No, Kofi's the best, but Big E's close. Yeah,
he's close.
Xavier's obviously 3 of 3.
He's like the Louis Tomlinson of the One Direction. You know? He's obviously last.
Or Liam or Louis. You
Louis was last.
Both in the fire.
And let's not disrespect Liam now that he's gone. He'll always be fourth now.
See, I didn't even remember which of those two guys died.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Liam. Louis still.
All right. My number 24 wrestler of all time. I went with the rated R superstar, Edge.
Wow. Edge. I love Edge. I was thinking about Edge. he sort of didn't go as high as I thought because so much of his story was centering around Vicky Guerrero, and she
Yeah.
bothered me so much.
Oh, that's fair.
But I
But
love Edge.
I think honestly, Edge might be higher if he never came back.
That's fair. I never
He
saw him when he came back.
his some guys come back after a long time and they're just like right back to it. Still amazing. CM Punk, I'm looking at you. But Edge, there's just something missing.
That's fair. Are you taking into account when they compete in other?
Of course.
Okay, okay. I mean, obviously, I assume Flair's on your list. He did most of his elsewhere, right? So
Don't make
20.
assumptions.
Okay, 23. Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant. Now, that's 3 on your list already that are not on my list.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
I've had Edge so far on your list.
Now, my number 23.
Can't believe Andre's not on your list.
I'm sorry.
Wow,
I, I
Brock is.
I take great pleasure in putting my number 23 one slot ahead of Edge.
Oh wow,
I went with Christian.
this is so low. I honestly expected. I expected him to be so high. Honestly, that's a bit shocking. My number 22. Not sure he'll be on your list either. Dusty Rhodes. His
He's
children
not.
might. Wow.
No, I have 0 roads on my list.
Christian didn't make my list.
But you know what? Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Yeah, well, a lot of them.
Yeah,
Vias.
There you go. All right. The number 22 on my list. He murdered his whole family. I went with the Crippler, the Rabid Wolverine, Chris Benoit.
Wow, Chris Benoit. So Christian. We've had 2 Chris's so far. Is Chris Jericho going to be on your list? I can't imagine he's better than Chris Benoit and Christian for you. Maybe you love Chris Jericho. I don't know. All right, mine 21. I love this guy. I think he's awesome. He's pretty unique. Nobody really like him. Besides like a little Seth Rollins, but Dolph Ziggler is my number 21.
Ooh,
I love Dolph Ziggler.
I love that choice. I didn't write him down, but
wow, 5 in a row, not on your list.
Yeah, this might be tough to whittle down like into a common list. My number 21, I went with an underrated young man. Sadly, he never lived to become an old man because he passed away right there in the middle of the ring. I went with Owen Hart.
Wow, he did enough to make the list.
Yes,
I wouldn't have assumed. That's really cool though. Natalia couldn't make it.
No,
shit.
I don't even think she'd be in my 25 women.
Yeah, I feel like you're not that big a fan of her.
20.
I mentioned him a lot. Y2J, Chris Jericho.
Okay.
My favorite member of Jera Show. What about you?
Same.
Although I do love the Big Show.
That's hilarious.
Would have been in my top 40 or so.
My number 20, another big WWE name, although Jericho's in AEW now. I went with the Viper, Randy Orton.
This is low. I absolutely love Randy Orton. And the fact he's kept going has just made me love him even more. He's freaking LeBron James of the WWE.
And he's a guy that I feel like has only gotten better in ring in his old age.
Well, stayed as good. He was always so great. He has like one of the most interesting bodies ever. Nobody moves like Randy Orton. He moves like a viper.
He's very lithe.
I don't know that word. Lithe.
That's what he is. He's lithe.
I'll take your word for it. But he not only has the RKO, which is one of the greatest finishing moves of all time, but that punt that he used to do that they took out of the WWE.
It's back.
Whoa.
He's punting again. He says he's hearing the voices and he's punting again.
Oh my God.
He's also got that great DDT through the ropes.
Oh, you're so right. Maybe I should bump him up. Who is he under? I don't know if I can do it. All right. He's on my list, obviously. 19. He started out on the real world.
Oh my God.
The Miz.
Your list has such 2000s bias. I
Well, I meant
love the
Dusty and Andre
I
and
know, I know. I love the Miz, but he's not one of the 25 best wrestlers of
it's
all
our
time.
favorites. This isn't the best.
Okay, you're right. You're right. All right, number 19. That's what we're up to.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
Wow, I didn't even really consider him all that much.
Jesus.
But that's fair. I knew you loved him. I didn't even remember his name, Kurt Hennig. I was like, who the hell is that? All right,
You have the
18.
Red Rooster on your list?
No, 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 no. Oh, hey, brother, it's me, the Macho Man, at
All
number
right.
18.
Great. Obviously, should be on here.
What do you mean
My
should
number.
be? He's not on your list?
No, he is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you mean you made a
N-
mistake.
Number 18 for me. Where's my number 18? Oh, here he is.
You still do that thing where you write him down and then
Yep.
number him later?
Yep.
That's so
Yep.
crazy.
My number 18 got his start, had an amazing run over there in TNA, then made his way over to New Japan Pro Wrestling, had a great run over there, then had a great run in WWE, which still is going on to this day. I'm going to see him wrestle live on Sunday. Unfortunately, he's wrestling Logan Paul. I'm talking about the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Oh, I had no idea who you were. I thought you were gonna say like Shinsuke Nakamura or somebody like that. Oh, AJ Styles, very cool. That would be fun. Him versus Logan.
What's that?
I think him versus Logan could be a good match.
I'm sick of Logan.
No, you are.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. We'll talk. Well, I'll say Logan in a second. Just kidding. 17. I mentioned him earlier, comparing him to Dolph Ziggler, but here he is, Seth freaking Rollins. He fought a shark once in Sharknado.
He
Now
didn't make it to my list,
no.
but he was on the maybes. And I'll say this: every member of the Shield was on the maybes, and none of them made the list.
None
And
of them.
none of them.
Who's your favorite?
Probably Seth.
Okay.
Yeah. He should be. He'll probably make the final list.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, he's
Yeah.
pretty high here. 17.
All right. Seth at 17. My number 17. He's in charge of the company, baby. I'm talking about the game. Triple H.
I love
Hunter
it.
Hurst Helmsley.
He is obviously on my list, and he's pretty high. But Triple H. All right. What's his real name? Real life.
Jean-Paul Levesque.
Oh shit. That's pretty cool. 16. We'll see where he lands for you. I assume he's on your list. Mick Foley.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Foley is good. My number 16 sadly passed away.
Oh.
We pay tribute to him all the time. He's very fondly remembered in the wrestling world. And I'm glad he got to win a heavyweight championship before he passed. I'm talking about he lies, he cheats, he steals. Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, shit, Eddie Guerrero. I saw him on every list of like the best wrestlers I was looking up. I just don't know him so well. He was dead when I got into wrestling.
Fair enough.
I know. Sorry to him. 15. He won a Royal Rumble in his honor. Rey Mysterio. He was my first favorite wrestler, probably.
Okay. Yeah, he's the one for babies of your age.
Hey, I can't help it.
It's true.
But yeah.
All right, my number 15.
You like Dominic? You prefer Dominic?
I wouldn't say no. I mean, Ray's a better wrestler, but I just love Dominic as a character.
And Rey has the most unique finisher of all time. There's nothing like the 619. Nothing. There's nothing even.
There's nothing
close.
like it.
There really isn't, though.
All right, my number 15. He started out as a real wrestler. All right.
Okay.
Won a gold medal at the Olympics. Then had a great run at WWE, great run in TNA, and then retired. I believe his last match ever was against Chad Gable. I'm talking about Kurt Angle.
I was like, what the fuck's that guy's name? He was on a lot of lists too, but not somebody I especially care about. But he's a great wrestler. I'd watch any match with him. You know, 14. I feel like 15 and up is like a different tier than 16 down.
Okay,
bit, starting with Rey Mysterio. 14, Ric Flair.
Wow, Ric Flair. All right, that's a big name on the board.
Did you not make yours?
No, of course.
Teased earlier, like
I was joking. No, of course, Ric Flair. If Ric Flair's not on your fucking wrestling list, you don't deserve to make a wrestling list.
True.
Number 14 for me. He's gone by multiple names, switches around his first and last name depending on what company he's in. I'm talking about the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
I wasn't familiar.
Slash. Yes. Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, you're on the stretch here. Eddie, Kurt, Daniel, not on my list. Sorry to them. I never really got I mean, Daniel, he's awesome. He's a great wrestler, but I never connected. I don't know what it was. I feel like I stopped wrestling when he came in, and then I came in and he was like the number one guy. Like I came back and it was and like
you
Daniel
resented
Bryan.
it.
I don't know if I resented it. I just missed the train.
Well, that was one of the great things with Daniel Bryan was watching the rise of Daniel Bryan.
I think I missed that.
Yeah,
2 months, and then I came back and I was like, "Who the fuck?"
2 months.
It was so quick. 13. You said him at 24, but here I have him, the rated R superstar, Edge.
Okay,
the greatest spear there ever was, Edge.
And my number 13 is already. He does not have the greatest spear.
I like it. He's my favorite. I know.
All right. I think that. The number 13 has been on your list already. He's gone by many names: Lionheart, the Ocho, the Nueve, the Wizard.
Who are you talking about?
I'll get to the name you know best. Y2J. Wow. Chris Jericho.
The Wizard.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. The greatest podcaster on the list, probably. Right?
Yep. Talk is Jericho.
Does he still do that or what?
Oh, absolutely. Big podcast.
There's a guy, a lot of basketball players have podcasts. I don't know if you know about this, but there's this guy, Paul George, who plays basketball. And he started being so bad at playing basketball, they had to cancel his podcast. They're like, bro, you suck at basketball now. You got like quit the podcast and start focusing on basketball. So he was like, all right, guys, I got to quit. Yeah, now he's shit at basketball. His like career's over. But all right, number 12.
Wait, 13 was Edge, right? Okay, 12. Yeah,
it's what you don't have to really write them down so much.
Well, I want to.
12. I didn't know where to put these two. They were after my time. I've gone back and become familiar with them. We watched them before they were really hot, though, in our rewatch. But number 12, I put The Rock.
The Rock.
Yes.
That's fair. Listen, The
Dwayne
Rock
Johnson.
I have at my number 12, the man The Rock wrestled in the main event of WrestleMania 2 years in a row. And the last time is now.
Wow.
I'm talking about John.
That's crazy.
Cena.
Let's low.
The doctor of thugonomics.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Why so low on Cena?
Cena's one of these guys. He's never been one of my favorites, but he's got to be on the list.
Got to be on the list. He made wrestling. I don't know if he didn't make wrestling, but when I was a kid, I'm not sure wrestling would have been what it was without John Cena. I mean, definitely.
Of course not. No, he was the guy.
He was like him. Well, there were a few guys: Triple H, Batista, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, they were all guys, but Randy Orton was like Macho Man to Cena's Hogan.
Was it Orton? I think it was like Triple H.
Yeah, but Triple H had been around already.
I'm
talking about like the new crop.
I didn't know that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right, Cena, 12. My 11, I put him one ahead of The Rock. I don't really know who I prefer, But when I was thinking, what do I prefer, the little eyebrow raise to the bottle to the can smash? I prefer the can smash, so I went Stone Cold number 12 or 11.
Stone Cold, not in the top 10.
Sorry,
All
I
right.
know who you'd kick out of my 10 when we get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who you got? Who's a wrestler I don't like?
Well, I just know who you think wouldn't deserve it ahead of.
All right.
We already
Number
said
11. My number 11. He had a long career, just retired last year, but he'd been wrestling since the mid 80s. Every company in the book, although he only ever had one match in WWE against Triple H at WrestleMania one year. I'm talking about Sting.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sting. I kept passing him. I was like, he'll be on Daniel's list, not on mine, but he'll be on the final list. He is cool. I don't know why I left him off. I think he just couldn't fit in, but that's cool. Sting. 10. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. It's time to play the game.
All right. And my number 10 is one that's been said by you already. Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's fine. I absolutely love him. He was in my favorite film, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Number 9. You haven't said him yet. Dong. Dong. That's the Undertaker's music, if you were confused by that. I should have turned my lights out. I should have got
feel the
power. I wonder how high it'll be for you.
Yeah. He was my first favorite wrestler.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Number 9 on my list. Okay, I found it. Is the People's Champion, the final boss, The Rock.
Fine. That makes a lot of sense. I remember when we were watching wrestling, it like the Undertaker's entrance up to that point is the coolest thing that had happened.
Yeah.
I think that was our discovery. Basically.
Yeah.
And then when he like buries whoever in the casket and like the camera's in the casket and they like shut it on that's the second coolest thing that had happened up to that point. Like he had both the top moments. It was crazy.
Remember when Yokozuna put him in the casket and then he rose above the Titantron?
No, Yokozuna was right outside the list. He was really close to making it. Not quite. Number 8, you said him, Randy Orton.
Wait, what's your 9?
The Undertaker.
Oh, right. Taker.
Yours was The Rock.
Mine was The Rock, and your number 8 is Orton. All right.
Mm-hmm. Bob Orton didn't nowhere near your list?
No, Cowboy Bob didn't make the list, unfortunately. My number 8, already mentioned by you, of course. Went by many names. Dude Love. Cactus Jack, Mankind.
That's very high.
And Mick Foley. Have a nice day.
He shot the guns, right? He did that good
thing.
That was cool. 7. I think this is the guy you'd kick out under The Rock and Stone Cold, but he was my favorite for 4 or 5 years, and he just
oh my god, I know who it's gonna be.
He ran into some problems.
Yeah, I was right.
Which I'm sure you're sympathetic to, right?
Of course.
I'm talking. He had a brother that didn't quite make the list. Jeffrey Hardy.
I'm not so mad. Jeff was on my maybes.
On your maybes. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. But the Swanton Bomb, there was nothing like it. The Whisper in the Wind. That move was cool too. Running up the ropes, did a little backflip. That was always one of my go-to trampolines.
I got to see him do it live at an AEW show, and it was like it made me feel like I was a kid again.
Oh my goodness. I bet you're gonna feel like a kid again this Sunday at WrestleMania.
It's true.
That's so good.
All right, my number 7. Listen, he had a great run as a babyface, reinvented his career as a heel, as one of the founders of the New World Order. I'm talking about the real American Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's who that is. That is low on the Hulkster. That's not cool. I thought you were a part of Hulkamania with me. but you're not.
I'm a member of Hulkamania, but I would say it's not currently running wild.
Disagree. My
Mm.
household is so loud, running wild with Hulkamania. But it's just me, basically, carrying the torch. 6. I'm glad you haven't said him yet. I wonder how high he'll get. Could be number 1 for all I know. The Hitman, Bret Hart.
Bret
the Hitman
Hart.
Hart.
All right. Number 6 for me is The Undertaker.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Number 5 for me. Again, could be number 1 for you. When I was making the list, he was my first pick for your number 1. CM Punk. Cult of Personality. One of the great entrance songs.
He's my favorite wrestler of all time, but it didn't feel right to have him at number 1 on the list.
I like that.
My number 5 is Heavy Hitters, of course. My number 5 is Ric Flair.
I left off woo woo woo.
You know it.
Sadly, Zack Ryder says.
Yeah, aka Matt Cardona.
That's right. He couldn't make. What if he's related to Eric Cardona from Survivor?
You know, he's married to the current WWE Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green.
Oh wow, I remember her.
Yeah,
that's cool. I think you told me that when it happened, or when we talked about her. 4. The Animal, was that what they called this guy? Is he not on your list?
Road Warrior Animal?
No, I prefer Hawk. I honestly, he was on my biggest list at first. Hawk was. Is he not on your list? Batista?
Batista's not on my list.
That's crazy. Why not? Why are you not a Batista guy?
He didn't do it long enough. You know, he had a nice little run. He was always injured though, and he had a great storyline with Evolution. That's the peak of his career. And then he came back and kind of wasn't so hot. You know, he had a lot of ring rust.
I don't noticed maybe though.
Yeah, no, he made of charisma. I'm actually in the middle of a Batista movie right now.
Holy shit, which one?
Yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson's In the Lost Lands.
I don't know that one.
It just came out.
I didn't know Paul W.S. was still going.
Of course he is.
He's your favorite guy.
I love him.
Yeah, he is just made of charisma. You're absolutely right. The sun tattoo, you gotta love that. The machine gun thing,
machine gun thing's incredible.
The Batista bomb is freaking incredible. Yeah, I love Batista. He's so big.
He's amazing, but I feel like he burned bright for a very short time.
That sun on his belly,
that sun on his belly button. Yes,
but he burned at the right time for me. Where it was it hit me right perfectly. So there he is, number 4. That's wild.
My number 4 is the voice of the voiceless.
Who's this?
The best in the world. CM Punk.
I didn't know that was his thing. The voice of the voiceless. Whenever I was little, I never liked that like his straight edge stuff. I was so bored by that.
The Straight Edge Society?
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing here? This straight edge shit.
Well, because
why is Edge not in it? What's that about? Number 3, you said him at number 12. But here he is, number 3 for me. The Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena.
Okay. I see how all the best members of the Ruthless Aggression era are right there at the top of the list for you. My number 3 is the excellence of execution. The Hitman, Bret Hart.
Oh, I freaking love it. Great job, Daniel. So he's going to be in like our top 4 or 5 wrestlers. Number 2, you set him way low. Where'd you say him at? Oh, no, it wasn't that low. Number 7. It felt so low because it wasn't in the top 2 where he belongs. Hulk Hogan.
All right. My number 2 is, the coolest guy in wrestling history. Just the most awesome. And you know, this might be your thing.
He's the most awesome.
with Cena, where he was just the guy when you were really into wrestling. So he like looms so large in your mind.
Who are you talking about?
For me, my number two, Stone Cold
Oh,
Steve Austin.
oh wow. Wait, so are we gonna match? Is this what's gonna happen?
I think we are.
This is incredible. I did not think you were gonna do this. I knew I was gonna do this. I did not think you were
When
gonna.
when I really thought about it, I was like, who do I feel most comfortable with at number one? And this was the answer.
Who can do it all? Everything. Who can do the moves, who can sell the moves, who's hilarious on
Mm-hmm.
the mic, who is sort of a sad, tragic figure,
Yeah.
had a great tag team, and then had a better tag team, D-Generation X, uh,
Faction.
the faction. Sorry,
Oh, well, I guess it was a tag team when you were watching.
that's what I knew.
Because he and Triple H put it back together. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Uh,
Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
HBK. There he is at number one on both of our lists.
I absolutely love it. So we can probably just put him in there at number one.
Yeah, so he's number one.
All right, how do we do math? Should we do it like I'll tell you the numbers and you add them up?
All right, I just did some quick math. We have 15 wrestlers in common. Okay. So 15 are definitely going on the list. I think that should be the top 15.
Just no matter what. I
Yeah,
don't think that that's true.
but they're on both of our lists.
I know, but I don't know if like because I have like Batista at 4. Is there no one? I mean, Edge would be the lowest, or like Chris Jericho, but I'm fine putting them above. I think that's fine actually. So who? So we have Shawn Michaels, Hulk
Mm-hmm.
Hogan, John Cena, CM Punk, Bret Hart, Randy Orton, The Undertaker, Triple H, Stone Cold The Rock, Edge, Rey Mysterio.
Not Rey Mysterio, Ric Flair.
Not Rey Mysterio.
No,
Ric Flair, Mick Foley, not Seth Rollins, Randy Savage, Chris
and
Jericho.
Jericho.
Damn. All right, so well, I want the numbers because I want to write them by the things,
Okay.
like the
Oh,
math number. So HBK would be 50. He's 25 for both of us. Hulk
mhm.
Hogan would be he is 24 points for me, and then for you he's 19. So that would be 43.
43.
Okay. And then John Cena is 23 points for me and 14 points for you. So that's 37. I'm
So
gonna
he'll be
mess up
below
math. Sorry.
Hogan.
He would be below Hogan. Batista's not on there. Punk has 21
We
points.
could Batista's the highest on either of our lists that's not on one of our other lists. So he'll be at number 16.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, you're
Mm.
right. Punk and Hogan tie at 43. We have Bret Hart who gets 20 points for me and 23 points for you. So he has 43. So
Also, Bret
and
Hogan
Punk.
and we're just gonna have to decide what order we put that in.
Exactly. Randy Orton has 18 points for me and 6 points for you. So that's 24 points total. Oh shit, I put him on Jeff Hardy. All right. So the Undertaker has 17 for me and 20 for you. That's 37. So he's tied with Cena. Triple H has 16 for me. And where was he for you? Oh, I did just H. 9. So that's 25. So he's one above Orton. That makes sense. Stone Cold is 15 for me and 24 for you. What is that? 39. So he'll be ahead of Cena under that big crop there. The
Mm.
Rock has 14 for me, 17 for you. So that is what? My brain doesn't work with that number.
31.
31, you're right. Edge has 13 for me and 2 for you, so that's 15. Ric Flair had 12 for me and 21 for you, so that's 35. Wait, no, 33. 33. Yeah. Rey Mysterio was
Not Rey Mysterio. Stop
Sorry.
trying to push Rey Mysterio on me.
Mick had 10 for me, 18 for you. That's 28. Savage had 8 for me and 16 for you. That's 24. And then Jericho had 6 for me and 13 for you. So that's 19 for Jericho. So we're going to have HBK at 1. And he had 50. All right. And then at the 2, we have Hulk, CM, and Brett, each with 43. So Hulk was 2 for me and 7 for you. Punk was 5 for me.
Listen, Hulk's the third best for me, and he's first best for you. So let's say we compromise, go Brett, Hogan, Punk. Unless do you have Punk higher than Brett?
I do. But you have Brett higher than Punk. But in your heart, it says Punk. Your heart says Punk.
So let's do Punk, Brett, Punk, Hogan, Brett.
I don't know if we can do Punk ahead of both Hogan and Brett.
I agree.
Like we should sandwich
that's what I was saying. Okay,
how should we sandwich him?
Can we do Brett, Punk, Hogan?
Yeah, I have no preference. I just don't want him ahead of both.
Fine.
Bret Hart, CM Punk, Hulk, Hogan.
So that's the top 4, right?
Yeah, and they each have 43. Putting them like in parentheses. Hopefully this is legible. All right, and then next up we had Cena had 37 and The Undertaker had 37. Oh, Stone Cold had 39, so I think Stone Cold's next.
All right, Stone Cold's at 5. I say Undertaker at 6, Cena at 7.
You said Undertaker then Cena?
Yeah, Undertaker was in both of our top 10s.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. And what was that number? 37. Okay. So then next we have Triple H has The Rock has 31. No, Flair has 33.
Okay. So that's number 8.
Yeah, I think Flair would be next with 33. Then The Rock with 31. Then Orton has 24. Triple H has 25. I can't tell how much Mick Foley has. I think Mick Foley is next with 28.
Okay.
So it'd be Mick Foley, Triple H.
So Mick Foley at number 10, right? Triple H at number 11.
Yep. Triple H at 11, Randy Orton at 12.
That feels good to me.
Yeah, I agree. And what's Orton's number? 24. 25. Okay. So then the ones left out, we have Savage is at 24. Oh, Orton is at 24 and Savage. They're both at 24. So what do you prefer?
I'd rather have Savage ahead of Orton.
Okay, so let me erase. Ooh, you forgot me, brother.
He doesn't say brother.
He doesn't? I thought they all did that. Randy Orton, 24. So then the other two in the top 15, we have Edge and we have Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho has 19 and Edge 15. So Jericho at 14 and Edge, what's his number? 15. So next up, we'll do Batista.
Yeah, Batista at 16. All right. Then it should just be like,
you know what's crazy though?
What?
Like Batista's number is ahead of Jericho and Edge. Batista got 22 points from me, and then Chris Jericho got 19 from both of us.
But I think there has to be it has to be on both of our lists.
I agree with that. But then what's the numbering system? To count for both of our lists?
The numbering helps, yeah.
I think your mic disconnected.
It did.
Okay, so that's fine. Batista there, and then I had Jeff Hardy
Is
next
that the next
highest.
one that's not on either? That's not on one of our lists.
I believe so. And then I have because I have Jeff at 7. You have Sting at 11.
Okay. All right. So put Jeff next and then Sting.
Okay.
Jeff at 16, Sting at 17.
No, no, no. Batista was 16. Jeff 17. Sting
Oh, so
18.
okay. Sting 18.
And what was Sting? I want to get their numbers. Okay. And then next up would be,
Daniel Bryan.
yeah, you have Daniel Bryan at 14. Then I have Rey Mysterio at
Yeah.
15. But you also have
Yeah.
Kurt Angle at 15. But we both love Rey more than Kurt Angle, I think, right?
I'm comfortable putting Ray ahead of Angle. Yeah.
So Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle. He's with a
So we're
K,
yeah, we're at 21.
21.
We have
Get their
four left,
numbers.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
12. Ray's number was 11. Kurt's number was 11. So next I had you
I
had
have Eddie
Eddie.
Guerrero. Yeah, so Eddie Guerrero is gonna be 21. Seth
No, no, no,
Rollins, number 20.
22. 22. Sorry, sorry.
Oh, Eddie at 22, Seth at 23.
Yes.
Okay.
Eddie Guerrero had 10. Seth Rollins, Seth freaking Rollins. He's married to Becky. I was like, who's he married to? And then
AJ Styles at 24
so we
and
we
the
have two left.
and the Miz at 25. or
Yeah.
or Mr. Perfect.
Yeah. It's between them. AJ Styles is at 8, or his number was 8. So what do we do? I think I should get to pick because I had Hogan the highest, and we ended up putting him at fourth under Hart and Punk. So I feel like I should pick number 25. Does that make
I'm
sense?
fine with that. And you want the Miz? You feel
I'd
comfortable?
prefer the Miz
All right.
over Mr. Perfect. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Good. I love it. So the Miz ended up 7 points. Was that the podcast? Us going through that? Was that what the podcast was?
I guess so.
Okay. So this
The
is what
final. Here's the final list.
here's the final
Our
list, guys.
lists combined. These are, according to the franchise, the top 25 pro wrestlers of all time.
And what we did was the top 15 are the ones we matched on, and then from 16 down, we sort of picked like this is highest for me, so it went highest on the list and like that. And I mean, you guys listened to it, I hope. Number 1, 25 to 1.
20, yeah, 25 to 1.
25, The Miz. 24.
Awesome. My favorite member of the awesome. Well, is he? Maybe. I don't know. Go ahead.
Morrison didn't make our list.
Love Morrison.
He's my favorite Survivor player, wrestler.
I forgot he was on Survivor.
20, what was his name? John Hennigan, right?
Right.
24, AJ Styles. What's his
The phenomenal
the
AJ
phenomenal
Styles.
AJ Styles. 23, Seth freaking Rollins. 22, Eddie Guerrero. Did he have a fun name?
Latino Heat.
Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero. 21, Kurt Angle. I don't know his name.
No, he just used his real name.
It was Kurt Angle.
Mhm.
20, Rey Mysterio. Booyaka, booyaka. 619. 19, Brian Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan. Yes, yes, yes.
The American Dragon.
He's married to one of the Bella twins.
Brie Bella.
Brie Bella, that's right.
Brie mode.
Oh wow. 18 is it Nikki? She came back, not Brie.
She just came back for the Rumble. We haven't seen her since.
Oh, I thought she was making a comeback. So 18, Sting there for Daniel because Daniel loves Sting. 17 for me. Jeff
I'm a
Hardy.
little stinger.
Oh, I'm a little Hardy boy. 16, the Animal Batista. And then 15, these were on both of our lists. 15 was Edge, my
rated
favorite
R
thing to do in the
superstar.
bedroom. Oh yeah, rated R
Jesus
superstar.
Christ.
Sorry guys. 14, Chris Jericho, Y2J. 13, Randy Orton. 12, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh yeah, brother.
Something,
11,
brother.
11 Triple H. Is this on screen? 10 Mick
Yeah.
Foley. 9 The Rock. 8 Ric Flair. 7. I just put Cena because I was in a hurry, but that means John Cena.
Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. All right,
Oh,
go
that's
ahead.
crazy. 6, I just put Undertaker, but that means The Undertaker.
Right,
5 was Stone Cold
Mark,
Steve Austin.
aka Mean Mark Calloway.
What was Stone Cold? What was his name? Stone Cold's name when he had long hair?
Stunning Steve Austin.
Stunning Steve Austin. 4 Hulk Hogan. 3 CM Punk. These all matched. They each had 43 points. Hulk, CM, and Bret Hart. But we picked them in that order. 2 Bret Hart and 1 HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. We agreed.
Mhm.
Pretty awesome. Should we say some honorable mentions? Like the people that were right outside. Who was your 26? Did you say?
Well, I told you Samoa Joe is my 26.
I would have never guessed him. Christian was right outside mine. Sheamus, Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens.
I had Kevin Owens written down. Roddy Piper, Jake the Snake, all 3 members of the Shields. Seth ended up on the list.
Roman, I never. Dean's cool.
Roman, tribal chief Roman has pushed him over the edge to one of the greats.
I wouldn't argue it.
And then Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley,
aka
I had Cody written down. I had Kenny Omega written down, who's like one of the top guys in AEW.
Drew McIntyre, I considered.
Oh, that's a good call.
Santino Marella.
Santino
Hornswoggle. Some of my favorites. Yokozuna, The Big Show. Evan Bourne. He was my favorite.
Evan Bourne.
Only because I mentioned him a lot. And Matt Hardy. A little shout to Matt Hardy.
I love Matt Hardy.
Sorry to Matt Hardy. Couldn't make it. Yeah, those are my real honorable mentions. But anyway, that was fun. Next week, we'll do actually one of your suggestions. If you have more, leave it in the comments and we will actually pick one. We're not lying this time.
Let's do one of those TV ones, like the best dramas of the last 25 years.
My uncle left a thing like top 25 moments where a show jumped the shark. That was something my uncle said.
Those are so debatable, though.
And you've seen way more. It's hard. We have to do a consensus. The thing is, I have to assume too. That's a lot harder. But we can do a TV one. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Best pilots, TV pilots.
Oh, I love that.
Then I can just watch some pilots. Watch the first.
Oh, that would be awesome. Let's do that.
Or 25 TV characters. There's so many characters.
I like pilots more.
Oh, okay. I'll watch pilots.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll be back with Buffy tomorrow.
Yeah. We're finishing up Buffy tomorrow. Last 2 episodes, and but I hopefully enjoyed this excursion into the wild carnival world of pro wrestling.